What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. I talked about the soul contract on my page before. Let's take another crack at it. So I'm gonna let the video play. Let's get it in.
Before you came to Earth, you signed a contract, and that contract stated who your parents would be, the location that you would be born, the friends you would have in your life, and the traumas.
All right. So my soul chooses my parents, right? Okay, let's talk about that. Nah, this is not a video of me trying to say that the soul contract is not real or not. My thing is, I have questions, and my question is, maybe the soul contract is real. I don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe. But I have a few questions, though. Let's get it in, though. My soul chose my parents, right? Why would a soul would choose an abusive parents? Let's say an abusive parents. You got kids out here that get raped by their fathers. You got kids out here that get mentally abused by their mom, physically abused by their parents. You hear so many horrible stories about parents killing their own children, bro. I had a stepmom that was in prison. She was locked up with a woman that microwaved her newborn baby, yo. Was that part of the soul contract? Kids that get molested, kids that get raped, kids that get put into human trafficking, kids that get put into slavery. Is that part of their soul contract? Who are we making the soul contract with? Where do we sign? Who is it that we're making the contract with, huh? I'm trying to understand, why would a soul would want to come here on earth to suffer, to feel depression, anxiety, pain, to go through all kind of, negative human emotions. Like, why? And another thing, he said location. Right? He said location. There's places on earth where children are born. They literally born into sex trafficking, dude. That's what they're born to do. They're born to be sex slave. They're born to a location where governments drop bombs on them. Government drop bombs on kids. They slaughter kids, bro. Why would a soul would want to choose that? And another thing, they say the soul chooses to come here, right? Why would a soul choose to come here to die as a baby? To die at 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, if it's here to grow? Is that part of their soul contract? Think about it, man. If I'm here to grow and to learn, you got babies that die, you got children that die. How are they growing and learning if they dying at a young age, man? And you said friends. We all know we got friends that are horrible. We got friends that set up people. Is that part of their soul contract?
You would experience. And in order to come here, you signed that contract. And so,
how did we sign the contract? Where? And another thing, if we cannot remember we signed a soul contract, what would be the purpose of signing the soul contract in the first place? Let's be honest, Let's be honest. Most people on the planet doesn't know about a soul contract and will never even will know about a soul contract. What about people from other countries who have no access to the internet, who have no access to knowledge? How would they know they soul come here for a soul contract? And if the soul contract exists, what would be the point? It's pointless.
Something to accept is that absolutely nothing in your life has been random, and you have chose everything. So the parents that gave you trauma, you chose that. Maybe growing up in poverty.
Imagine getting raped. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get explicit here because life doesn't give a shit. Again, kids get raped. Imagine telling a woman or someone. Imagine telling a rape victim because you got raped is part of your contract. Could you imagine being a woman and someone tell you, oh, the reason why you got raped because your soul contract choose that? I want y'all to, ladies and gentlemen, walk with me here, man. I'm trying to make you guys think. I'm trying to make you guys question these things, man. Question the soul contract, man. Look at the word contract. What's the word con mean? When you con somebody, that mean you what? You fooling them. Contract. Come on, man.
You chose that. The friends that were mean to you, you chose that. The traumas that have plagued your life, you chose that. And the question is why? Well, you are a soul that is living in a human body. You are not a human that has a soul. You are a soul in a human body. And the main objective of your soul is to evolve. And Earth is...
So, in order for me to evolve, I'm trying to understand this. In order for me to evolve, I have to feel pain, trauma, again, what about children that died? How would their soul evolve? If they died at a young age, they're not even developed or conscious enough to even know about a soul contract. How does that work?
Soul School. It is a place that we come to experience trauma, pain, and suffering so we can evolve. And so you may have chose parents that were emotionally unavailable because they were there to teach you how to love yourself. You may have chose an environment that was unsafe to grow up in so that you could find safety within yourself. And you may have chose friends that were mean to you so that you could have self-confidence. And by going through these processes, what it ultimately allows your soul to do is to evolve and ascend. The whole point of your soul is to learn, grow, and ascend. And so it is your job to take responsibility for everything in your life and heal from it so that your soul can go on its proper path. If you choose to continue to suffer and feel sorry for yourself, you are only getting in your own soul's way. Find the power that lies when you accept everything in your life and you choose to heal from it.
Okay. How do you know your soul need to evolve? Where does the soul come from? How do you know that the soul need to evolve? How do you know that the soul need to evolve? How do you know this, man? My problem with this type of information is they're acting like they know it, like they know that the soul contract is real, like they remembered signing a contract. You don't know that. You're just regurgitating what you're saying and you're not thinking about what you're saying. How do you know that? How do you know the soul contract is real? How do you know it was introduced to you just like with every other religion? You mean, right? Check this out. I know that the sun exists. I don't have to believe it. We all know the sun exists. Why? Because we experience it. Now we know the sun is real because we experience it. We feel that we feel its heat. We feel its vibration and frequency. We can see it. We don't gotta believe it. You know what I mean? We don't gotta believe it. With the soul contract, right? You have to. It's not a knowing. You don't know that. It's not a knowing. You don't know that. You just regurgitating what you heard. Now you have to believe in the soul contract. You don't have to believe in the sun. You know the sun is real, so therefore you don't have to believe in the sun. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And like I said before, the majority of the people on the planet, we have to be real with ourselves. The majority of the people on the planet is not going to know about no soul contract. Point blank, period. Most people not going to learn about no soul contract, especially if you're born into a location where there's no access to internet, books and stuff like that. There's places that exist like that. So then how would they know about the soul contract? It would be pointless. It would be pointless, man. Does the lion has a soul contract? Does the tiger has a soul contract? Does the deer, does the animal, does nature has a soul contract? And people who teach this, they teach it as if they know it's real, like they know it's real. They're just regurgitating shit because it sounds good. They're just regurgitating shit for content. Not me, man. I'm here. This page is here to make you think. That's it. I'm not telling you to believe in the soul contract or not to believe in the soul contract. What I'm here to do is question what you're learning. Question what you're listening to. Even when I'm doing videos, question it, nigga. Don't just listen, question. That's my whole point of free thinking in my page, bro. It's the question things, man. It's the think. Anyways, y'all be good. Y'all still wear it. Your boy's out.